Well, hello everyone. It's another opening, another show, and it's Tuesday. This is Leslie Flowers, Trailblazer for Women in Business, and I have here with me the. Oh my goodness, that's one of the things is that you've got to have. There we go, fixed it. There's all sorts of phenomenal little things you have to do to get Zoom to do this webinar. So here we are with my wonderful friend Laurel Archer with a heart of gold. And this is a weekly series for 15 minutes that will help you understand who is the woman behind the service or product. Because, you know, we all have lots of services and products, and some work for some and some don't. But why is it that we work with particular people? It's because we know, like, and trust them, right? So right. What better way than to welcome Laurel. Hey, Laurel, how are you today?
I'm good, Leslie. I'm glad we got our technical difficulties figured out. That's all part of business.
It is. And for those of you who already attend, we do apologize. We are 15 minutes late. We apologize for that. So, Laurel, let's begin by letting everyone know, what is it that you do? What is your product or service?
Well, I'm a personal private or group tutor. So what that means is I tutor English, French, SAT prep, or English as a foreign language. So I am a personal connection to the US, the world, whatever you need. I love languages, and so I work really well with people that need accent reduction or other things with English.
What? That's phenomenal. I love that. So what's your best age group? Who do you serve, and then who's your favorites?
Okay. I serve anyone from 5 years old all the way up to adult. But my experience as a teacher, 25 years, I started off in kindergarten all the way up. I really enjoy working with adults now. And I really enjoy working with professional adults that just need a little bit of help with the phonics that they learned when they first started the language. And so little kids learn how to read and phonics at 5 years old, and I'm teaching a lot of those skills to adults now. So it really has come full circle, and I love that.
But they actually can read, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But they're not articulating or enunciating properly.
Yes.
Is that it?
So when you are a foreign language speaker, say you speak Spanish or Russian or Chinese or Bulgarian, as my two little kids do, you have some impediments when you start speaking English. You don't really know how to say sister, you say instead of sister, and things like that. And so people don't understand you because you're using the lingo, the brain power from the other language to translate into English, and that doesn't always translate. So I have to articulate better.
So let me ask you something. I always thought that English was the hardest language because, you know, if you're learning this language and you get the word P-O-U-R,
yes.
F-L-O-U-R.
Yes. There's a lot of homonyms in English.
Right.
So flower and flower sound the same, but they're spelled differently. And then there's words like lead and lead, which are spelled the same, but they sound different.
So it's got to be a big challenge to people. It's a big challenge.
It is a challenge.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. So if you could only say, Laurel, one thing to me as I'm considering doing business with you, but I only allowed you to say one thing, what would that be? I have to know this about you. I have to know this about what I'll get from you.
You will get my personal attention. You will get all of my personality. You will get my devotion to you and my excitement to teach you what I need to teach you. And you will take it off yourself and run with it. So I want you to be 100% with me, and I'll be 100% with you during our hour. And then you take off during the week and you do everything you can. And then you come back to me and you tell me what you've learned. That's what I want.
Okay. So what distinguishes what you do with other people who do voice work, right? Accent work, or even tutoring French to English or English to French? Why are you different than other people who do similar things?
Well, I don't know many people that do exactly what I do because most people do focus on like voiceover or acting or theater or coaching, like voice coaching or speaking strongly, things like that. But I teach kind of a combination of voice work, the accent reduction for business purposes or personal life purposes, going to the grocery store and being able to say what you need. I mean, I like working with students that need just like in little daily life improvements all the way to people that are in a higher level in their job and they need to do better corporately. So I'm kind of a customized genie in your pocket where I can help you to make your life easier for yourself and project your career to a further level.
So I hear that you have a lot of variety in the services that you bring, and you really don't know anybody who does exactly what you do. Well, tell me what your clients love about working with you. What have they told you? And this is a chance to kind of polish your own apple. But why do they like working with you, Laurel? What is it that they're getting from you?
Well, many teachers hold themselves back from being really personable. They say this is all we're going to do, the academic stuff. We're going to learn this skill. And they don't really talk to them on a personal level or give them any like cultural tips or part of their life. I'm very interested in working with somebody on a deeper level where I can tell them, this is what I do in my spare time. This is what I do for fun. This is my cultural experience, and I'd like to share it with you. And we become friends more than just teacher-student. And so I have some students that we went to the grocery store and I gave her a chance to, look around at the stuff that we were talking about. We were talking about health, which is not what she was learning, but she had cancer and she's getting over it. So we talked about personal things like that. So what I'm doing is connecting with them on a deeper level than maybe other people do. And I love doing it.
Well, and I really think that, while people can help others with articulation and enunciation, truly people do need to get a feel and get a real understanding of, how they can fit into our society. Language is not the only thing. And they have very little frame of reference is what I'm hearing. And you give them at least your own.
Right. Right. And I'm not the only one that lives here in America, but I can give you a representation of this is what first, there's a lot of different ways that we say words from the East Coast to the West Coast. So I can give you the dialects and the different ways of if you're in the country, you might hear this, all those tidbits. But then I can also connect with them on a level that's, deeper than that.
What I love about this is that you're talking about the different dialects, I'm from New England, and but I've lived here in the South for 45 years. And so when I tell people how to speak Southern, just add a syllable.
Seriously.
Just add one syllable. So Leslie, y'all,
Leslie.
how are you? But
y'all. Y in the middle.
Huh?
There's a Y in the middle. So if you say heel, I'm going up the heel.
I love the heel.
Heel. Yeah. And they just stretch out everything, or then they also condense like smiles. I say it in 2 syllables and the person might say smiles.
Interesting.
So I know all the little nuances and I love giving them all those little tidbits that I've learned over the years.
I love that. I love that. Well, let me ask you, Laurel, this is an unexpected question. So if time and money weren't an issue for you, that you were a multimillionaire, okay, money is not an issue for you, and you have all the time in the world and your health and you're happy, what one thing would you do to change the world or improve the world?
I would like to do exactly what I'm doing on a bigger scale. So I would like to be in Africa or somewhere teaching children how to learn English better, having like a global impact, that type of thing. So
you could see large learning centers. Would you consider starting in the United States with your first learning center?
I would. I think that there's so much diversity here in Cary that I have so much contact with Indians, Chinese, Russian, Bulgarian, Japan,
Russian,
everybody, that
yeah.
I could just start a learning center right here. And I could say, okay, everybody that's from another country that's relocated to here, come to this center to learn English. And, we'll do it for free or whatever if I had no problems with that. We'll get together.
So that actually expresses your servant's heart, that it would be more about making sure that the people who were ready for and willing to do the work, you would help them. And this is what I want our audience to know. It's people first, money second. That's where we're going. And when push comes to shove, those of us who say, well, we're people first and money second, very often change their tune when money is included. Well, it's going to be money first. So I want you all to understand that Laurel is a true heart-centered servant, because with all the money in the world, she wouldn't be out doing things necessarily for herself, but she would be doing them for you, your children, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles, your friends, and your referral partners and colleagues.
And I would definitely take advantage to travel the world as well. So anywhere I go, I could help people with English or things like that. So I would love to go to the other places that, need our help as well.
Yes, well, I see that. So Laurel, tell us and tell the viewing audience how they can reach you. And don't forget, everybody, that she also does French. So anybody who wants to learn French, but you also can learn to re-articulate. So tell us, Laurel, how can we reach you?
Well, there's a couple ways. The first is my website, which is carrietutor.com. And that lists all the different categories, the French, English, SAT prep that I do, plus the financial fitness things that I do as well. So that's one avenue. The other one is Facebook, Carrie Tutor NC, or Carrie NC Tutor on Facebook is the link, but you just look up Carrie Tutor, you'll find my page. And then I have an ESL language lovers page. So if you want to just listen to conversations or articles that I put up in a general way, you're learning on your own, then go to that page, English ESL language lovers page on Facebook. I'm also on LinkedIn and YouTube and Thumbtack. So that's a lot of ways to reach me.
I'll tell you what we'll do. Laurel, when we're finished, why don't you go in on my business page, Leslie Flowers, Trailblazer for Women in Business, and in the comments section, would you put in the links? I put in Carrie Tutor. If you could put in the other links, that would be most helpful, and then we can share it and make sure that